Alright, we're going to make our computer do what it is named after, computing, which just means doing math. So, this chapter is the mathematics section. You did some math, I think, in chapter 1, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's just do a quick review of that. Remember that math does show in red instead of green. If it's green, you're using strings by accident. Don't use strings here. So, print 1 plus 1 is 2. Yep. You can also do subtraction, which I did mention earlier. Yep, 5 minus 2 is 3. You can even do negatives. Neat. Multiplication is kind of special. You don't use x because x is treated as a letter. You have to use the asterisk, which is the little star under number 8, shift and 8. So let's do that. Again, just in case that didn't make sense, when you hit shift and the 8 button on your keyboard, it'll make that little star. But yeah, so what this means is 3 times 2. And it is 6. Just to show you, if you don't believe me, here's what happens if you do 3x2. Ouch, we have a syntax error. Alright, and the next one is division. Division also is a special case. We don't have like a division symbol. Actually, I mean, if you really want to, we can steal that. But the point is it's not going to work as far as I can tell. Let's see. Yeah. So the point is that there's no real division sign on a keyboard, so you have to use the little slashy thing. Make sure it's I believe the forward slash, I always mix them up. It's on the question mark key. Alright, so 3 divided by 2. Let's run that. Is 1.5, as you would expect. Alright, so basically we know that you can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Heck, you can even combine it if you felt like it, so check this out. Let's make sure that works. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. I want to double check something really fast. Let me make sure before I actually say it's true. Let me look at this. Okay, I just wanted to be 100% sure. Now, some people might expect us to say 20, because they'd be like 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 times 5 is 20. That's not true. What we have to do is follow the order of operations. I'm sure you already know this if you're following this lesson. I'm assuming you're around high school level, at least. So, yeah, that's 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. On the offhand chance that you don't know what I'm talking about, just here, Google it. You might know it as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally and stuff like that. Yeah, order of operations or Wikipedia. And you can just read this and it'll make total sense. But I'm assuming like 99% of you will already know what this is, so whatever. Alright. So, just for fun, I'm sure you can't divide by 0. Let's see what happens. Will it blow up my computer? Maybe, maybe not. It won't, but here's what happens. And you get this little error. The computer's set up to like automatically know that you can't divide by 0, so you don't have to worry about ever actually dividing by 0. Alright, next up, this is a special thing that we're going to learn. There's something called the modulo. And basically with basic, no pun intended, you're going to use this command. Alright, so what's happening is we're printing 0 mod 10. And let's see what we get out of that. 0. Okay. So we don't know what that does yet, right? It's weird. Let's try another one. Same answer. So I guess all it does is put out 0, right? That's the whole point of it. Let's find out. Interesting. This time it gave us 5. So what does this mean? Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and first of all just copy paste all this just to make sure it works. And according to my webpage, the numbers do match, so we did this correctly. So what does it mean? You can take a guess if you want, or you can read on. So 0 mod 10 is 0, 24 mod 10 is 4, 25 mod 10 is 5, 26 mod 10 is 6. I will give you a hint. It has to do with division. So it has something to do with like 0 divided by 10, 10 divided by 10, 15 divided by 10, 23 divided by 10. So see if you can figure it out. I mean, 15 divided by 10 is what? It's 1 and then something, right? It goes in one time, then you're left with a remainder. 23 divided by 10 is equal to 2 with a remainder of something. The point is basically mod means division with the remainder. So the mod will tell you what your remainder is. That's the answer. So like 0 divided by 10 is equal to, what is it, 0 with a remainder of 0. So 10 divided by 10 is 1 with a remainder of 0. And 15 divided by 10 is 1 with a remainder of 5, and so on. Like this is 2 with a remainder of 3, and this is equal to 2 with a remainder of 4, and that's 2 with a remainder of 5, and the last one is 2 with a remainder of 6. So modulo is just another way to say what is the remainder of that. Or to put it in a different way, let's go ahead and write that out as a sentence. And I didn't really plan on this, but let's go ahead and just make a program that actually does that for us. So let's see. Actually, to be honest, I don't feel like making a input version of it. Let's just make one straight out of here. So here. Alright, I kind of put myself on the spot here with no references, so hopefully I did this properly. Let's double check. And let's get rid of this stuff in the beginning too. Alright. So, Yeah, the problem is over here. So whenever I printed z, it actually tells you the whole answer. So like 6.666 repeating. What you do is you just look at the first number. So what it's trying to say is it's 6 with a remainder of 2. And let's verify if that's correct. Is the answer 6 remainder 2? 20 divided by 3 is indeed 6 remainder of 2 because 3 times 6 is 18 plus the remainder of 2 is 20. And that is how Modulo works.